They're burning the midnight oil and then some in the House of Commons. The two sleep-deprived sides of the House are keeping vigilant watch on each other as they continue their 24-hour vote-a-thon on Bill C-38. That's the Harper government's massive omnibus budget bill. Members of Parliament are voting on more than 800 proposed amendments to the bill. They began the vote on the 400-plus page piece of legislation just before 1 a.m. Eastern, and it will be going on well into tonight as well. BC 38 makes sprawling changes to almost every aspect of Canadian life. Some MPs say they're surviving on coffee beans. Now, some southern Albertans are still hoping that the legislation won't go through. About 20 demonstrators gathered in downtown Lethbridge as part of a national campaign opposing Bill C-38. The protesters say the members of Parliament are paid to represent their constituents, not toe the party line. Terry Vogt reports.
Organized by a league now.
While opposition MPs were stalling the passage of Bill C-38 in Ottawa, a handful of people were gathering outside the office of Lethbridge MP Jim Hillier.
We're really concerned about the state of democracy in Canada right now.
The local protesters joined Canadians at over 70 locations across the country, calling for 13 Conservative MPs to become heroes by voting against the huge bill, which critics contend goes far beyond an ordinary budget bill.
They've, put in 70 changes to existing laws in a budget bill. To me, a budget bill is something that you look at your spending and you look at the money coming in and you make a budget. You don't go change legislation.
One thing that I'm really concerned about is the changes to the environmental laws, also changes to our old age security, unemployment insurance. It goes on. And if these things are so important, let's split this bill, look at each of these things individually, discuss them, debate them, and vote on them one-on-one.
Lethbridge MP Jim Hillier was not at his office. He's in Ottawa taking part in the marathon vote. As for the prospects of Hillier becoming a hero in the eyes of these demonstrators, that's not likely. Hillier has issued a statement by email saying, quote, he intends to wholeheartedly support this budget because it's a good budget for Canada and for southern Alberta. He says after years of hobbled minority governments, Canadians overwhelmingly voted in favor of a majority government, one capable of making important and timely decisions. Hillier was scheduled to represent Federal Environment Minister Peter Kent at a ceremony at Writing on Stone Provincial Park Friday, but he's going to miss that appearance. Voting on Bill C-38 is expected to take at least until midnight, and Hillier won't be able to get a flight back from Ottawa until later tomorrow. Terry Vogt, CTV News, Lethbridge.
Voting on the controversial bill is more than half over, but as Terry said, there's still a long way to go.